looks like a real mine. You've lived with Peter for a winter, yeah. Oh yeah. One day Sarah was doing a paper route, she just came on the corner. I don't know what it was, but it was a chilly morning, and all of a sudden, even the smell, it was the shack. Oh, yeah. Whatever this is, you know, little musty.
Inside, and you can actually feel it drawing into the opening.
Okay, it's going that way.
Okay, we're currently sitting in the Quincy mining adit. The mining company originally put this adit in 1894. It was roughly 3 feet wide and about 4 feet, 5 feet high, essentially no larger than necessary. Okay, these 3 carts that you see here were used to transport both rock, mass copper, and essentially with the last cart being a utility cart, anything that was too large and bulky for the men to simply toss over their shoulders. Now the Quincy Mining Company got their initial exploratory start in about 1846. In 1848 they had incorporated as a mining company. They began working an ore body called the Quincy Lode, and after about 10 years of production on that ore body, they were finding that it wasn't necessarily the paying ore body that they would hope for. However, around the same time, a neighboring mining company called the Quabic Mining Company had discovered and began extracting copper from an ore body called the Quabic Lode. On that success, the Quincy Mining Company began cross-cutting their property, trying in an effort to locate the Quabic Lode as it crossed their property. They discovered it, began sinking shafts on that. In 1856, they were near bankrupt. By 1862, they had dug their way out of debt and began paying dividends to their shareholders and continued to do so every year up into the early 1920s. So the Quabic Lode is actually a fairly decent ore body. It was consistent, not necessarily the highest grade in copper. 99% pure copper still, but it was roughly running at about 40 pounds of copper per extracted ton of rock. In contrast, the Calumet and Hecla Mining Company north of here was pulling about 100 pounds of copper per ton of rock out of the ground. So with some pretty decent management skills, the mining company was actually able to turn this into a profitable venture. Just to kind of give you an idea between the 2 different types of copper, the mass copper, which was what they were focusing on in the Quincy Lode, something similar to this. The type of copper that they were focusing specifically on in the Quabic Lode would be the migdalite copper, this small stuff here. And it's that is scattered throughout this rock in the ore cart. Now as the productivity, or rather the efficiency or the technologies improved, the production in the mines increased, and the capacity of these carts here, about 1 ton, increased to 2 ton. And the next step was actually to begin using electric haulage vehicles called mules to haul these carts from the working phase over to the shaft, and they'd be dumped into a skip cart and then brought to the surface. At the time, with a chunk of copper in this cart here, 832 pounds. This would actually be a fairly typical piece of mass copper coming out of the Quabic Lode. They did find pieces that were much larger. They found one that was estimated to weigh about 1,000 tons. That's located on the 72nd level. Another one that was noted in the books would be a 300-ton chunk of copper that was extracted as well. So it's not that the Quabic Lode didn't have its large masses, it's just it was a little more consistent with the migdalite.
How pure copper is that?
99% pure. You have a little bit of silver in these copper, in the copper here. Now, as far as native copper goes, it's not a rare thing to find around the world. What makes the copper country unique is the fact that native copper exists in quantities that was large enough to actually sustain an industry for over 100 years. And not just one mine, but many, stretching from Copper Harbor at the tip of the peninsula down into Onondaga County.
Pretty deep. Yeah, that's fine. About here. Yeah, so maybe about 6,000. Oh, is it? Yeah, okay.
So whoever was in charge of making that map,
Yeah.
is that you, Chuck?
No. All right, that's number 4.
Yeah, what they did is they counted the man shaft to prevent the rock from shooting out like a blast of a shotgun, more like crumbling and falling away from the wall.
And a lot of times what they would do before the blast, they put steel sheets out, so when they blasted, the rock fell out, it's easier to shovel it off a steel sheet than off a rock floor, you know.
So despite the dangers of this drill here, this drill meant a larger amount of money taken home at the end of every week. So despite the dangers, the men were lining up to use this.
How fast could one of those drill a hole compared to the handling?
In talking to some fellows who've actually used this drill here, this could drill a 9-foot hole and their entire blast pattern in a single shift. The 2-man drill took a couple of days, the way that it was explained to me. And then you have this drill here that could do an equivalent in time, could drill upwards to 12 feet per hole.